moving to Middle Tennessee has been on your mind very heavy lately. You've been playing with the idea of moving here, but maybe you're just not sure which suburb to move to. Should you move to Franklin, the one everybody's talking about, the one everybody comes to visit, the city with all the upscale vibes? Will it be Spring Hill, a fast-growing city and family-oriented? Or could it be Columbia, which is a small town favorite that is catching a lot of attention lately? That decision isn't just about picking the perfect house. It's about picking your everyday lifestyle, your commute, the people around you, and your peace of mind. So we're going to figure it out together. Which of these 3 cities would be a better fit for you? Or will it be Columbia? By the end of this video, hopefully you will know which of these 3 cities would be best for you and your lifestyle. Hey y'all, my name is Tierra.Hensley and I am a local realtor here in the Middle Tennessee area. I'm helping people just like you figure out where they belong here in Middle Tennessee, whether it's buying their first home or just relocating to the area. I'm always happy to help. And if you're thinking about doing the same thing, you can reach me at 931-486-4537. Now, if you're new to this channel, I break down neighborhoods, market stats, and buyer and seller tips. If that's something of interest to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, I live here, I work here, I shop here. I'm going to give you the real deal. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question is, why is everybody moving to Middle Tennessee? I hear it all the time. I hear the frustration. You kind of get the best of both with that question. And I'll start by saying Middle Tennessee does have a great job market. Anything from healthcare to tech to logistics, to manufacturing. Middle Tennessee has it all, and the companies that are here are growing really fast. And of course, that means they're hiring. So you have a lot of people coming from out of state looking for new job opportunities and a new scene. So they're coming here. Now, the second reason why most people may be coming to Middle Tennessee, and you may already know it, we don't have state income tax. Now, I don't know about you, but that's definitely a plus, having real money go back into your pockets every single year, especially compared to places like California or New York, where their state tax is in the double digits. And the third reason why people are moving here to Middle Tennessee, I feel like people are just wanting that mix of the country life, but still having the access to city life. And Middle Tennessee provides just that, especially depending on which area you decide to settle down in. And the 3 areas we're talking about today do provide that good mixture of country living and city life. You can look out your window at some rolling hills, or you'll see some cows down the road, or you'll see goats while you're driving, and it's just that country living. But of course, if you need city access, you're not very far with any of these locations. Now, Franklin, Spring Hill, and Columbia each have their own way of providing that type of environment and feel for you. And that's why this video is going to be so important for you to watch and stay tuned, so you'll know the differences between each of these cities. First up, we're going to talk location and commute. Your commute, your access, and what your day-to-day might look like coming from each of these places. Now, first we have Franklin. Franklin is the closest to Nashville of the 3 cities, being only about 20 miles south of Nashville. Franklin is considered Williamson County, and I-65 goes right through Franklin, so you have that easy highway access if you are needing to commute to the city. Now, Franklin is about 20 to 25 miles away from the airport if you do need access to BNA. And depending on what time of day you need to get there, it could take you at least 30 minutes, sometimes more depending on traffic. Now, next up is Spring Hill. This is about 10 miles south of Franklin, which makes it about a 30-minute drive to Nashville. Spring Hill is divided between 2 different counties, which is Williamson and Maury counties. Spring Hill still makes it pretty doable for commuters if you are needing to get into Nashville, because there's 2 different highway access points. You have access to I-65, and you also have access to 840. Now, Spring Hill recently, about a year ago, did just open up another exit point from the city, which is June Lake, and I'm sure you guys have heard about that. Now, there is still traffic if you're getting off of June Lake Boulevard onto I-65. It's just about always congested in that area. You can almost always expect to run into traffic right along the point where I-65 and 840 meet. It kind of just bottlenecks right there every single day. And that could be because I-65 goes from 3 to 4 lanes down to 2 lanes right in that little intersection. And you also have people getting onto I-65 from 840. So it's just a hot mess right there in that area at certain times of the day. Now, Spring Hill is about 38 miles from the airport, and it could take you anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes depending on traffic. Now, Columbia is about 45 miles south of Nashville, and it's directly below Spring Hill. Columbia is considered Maury County. Now, it's not a bad drive, but it is longer, especially if you are having to travel north every day. Columbia doesn't really have that direct highway access like Spring Hill and Franklin. If you're living in Columbia, you would have to take Highway 31 to get through Spring Hill to access I-65. Or you could also take Bear Creek Pike to access I-65. But those are not really quick ways to get onto that highway if you are needing quick highway access. Now, Columbia is about 48 miles from the airport, and that will take you about 50 minutes if there's no traffic. And of course, it may take a little longer during peak times. Now let's break down the real estate of these 3 cities. Franklin has a median price around $1.1 million. You're gonna see more stately homes out here, historic downtown cottages. You'll also see luxury new builds. You could think about neighborhoods with very nice amenities. There's also a lot of mature trees out in Franklin. So the properties out here in Franklin, they do tend to hold their resale value. But of course, it is at that higher price point. Now, Spring Hill's median price point is right around $525,000. Spring Hill is growing really fast. Everywhere you turn, there's new construction being built. So you definitely have options when it comes to finding real estate here in Spring Hill. Now, if you are looking for something in the 300 to 400 price point, those homes are rare, and when they do come on the market, they go very, very quickly. But Spring Hill does have everything from townhomes all the way down to starter homes, all the way up to luxury homes. So you will find a wide variety of homes here in Spring Hill. It's popular for first-time home buyers who want more home in that space without paying the Franklin price tag. Now, Columbia is coming in right around $449,000. So out here in Columbia, it's more south, but you are gonna get more home for your money out here. Out here in Columbia, you'll see a lot of beautifully renovated older homes. There's also newer developments out in Columbia as well. So you do have options there too. Now let's look beyond the cost of a house. What does it actually cost to live in each of these cities? Now, it should come as no surprise that Franklin has the highest cost of living. Of course, housing does play a big part in that, but things like restaurants, services, and childcare are higher in Franklin. Franklin is definitely a lifestyle type of city, and the price definitely reflects that. Now, Spring Hill, it's still expensive, but it is more affordable than Franklin. And it is still above average, about 10 to 15% depending on what part you're in. But you're getting new infrastructure, new roads, new highway access, hopefully new schools, and you're still close to the big employment hubs. Now, Columbia is the most budget-friendly of the 3. You'll find affordable utilities, groceries, and dining. Columbia is a great option if you want a little breathing room in your budget, but still have access to all that Middle Tennessee has to offer. Also worth noting that property taxes do vary here in the state of Tennessee depending on which county you're in. But in general, Tennessee does have lower than average property taxes. Now let's talk about how it actually feels to live in each of these cities. Franklin has a very upscale, historic feel to it. If you take a walk downtown Franklin, you'll find tons of boutiques, family-owned restaurants, and local coffee shops. There's always something happening down there. art festivals, concerts, farmers markets. It's always something. The city is very much alive, and there's a real sense of pride in the city of Franklin. Now, Spring Hill is all about growth and community. There's different school events going on for the community. If you drive by Fisher Park on a Saturday, you'll see the fields full of kids practicing for soccer and football. Spring Hill is busy, but in the best way. There's a real sense of community here. Now, Spring Hill does have a downtown area, but it's not really alive like Franklin and Columbia, which I'm gonna get to. And every year there's this Experience Spring Hill event, which is huge. There's games for the kids and crafts and prizes and vendors and food trucks. Just different local businesses all come out together so that you can experience Spring Hill as a whole. So if you do decide to move to Spring Hill, make sure that you check out the Experience Spring Hill event. Now, Columbia has a creative and very down-to-earth vibe. You've got all kind of creative artists and local businesses who just support each other. It seems to be a really tight-knit community. The downtown area in Columbia is also very much alive and vibrant, just like Franklin. Columbia hosts First Fridays on the square, where all the local businesses and different vendors come out. They shut down the downtown area. There's food, concerts, games, and you just get out and meet the people in your community. All right, now for families, I know that schools are a huge factor because we all want our kids to have the proper education, right? Now, Franklin is a part of Williamson County, which I said earlier, so all of their schools are going to be among the top rated in the state of Tennessee. Academic scores, college readiness, and extracurriculars are all very strong in Franklin. And as I said before, Spring Hill overlaps both Williamson and Maury County. If schools are a priority for you and you're moving to Spring Hill, you want to make sure that you check your zoning to figure out if you're zoned for Williamson County or Maury County. And finally, Columbia is served by Maury County schools. Now, this district focuses on growth and partners with Columbia State Community College, which is right there in town. No matter which city you choose, though, there's several charter schools and private schools available. Okay, let's get into the fun and the food aspect of each of these cities. Now, Franklin does have a good mix of fine dining, historic taverns, rooftop bars, so you really don't have to go to Nashville for a good night of fun. You have Cool Springs Galleria, and there's so many different shopping plazas in Franklin. It's really a one-stop shop. I live in Spring Hill and find myself having to go to Franklin for certain things, even things like family entertainment. There are tons of places to take your kids for fun in Franklin. There are a few different bowling alleys. There is a Soar mini golf. There is a Chuck E. Cheese. And I know I'm missing a lot, but there is a lot of entertainment for families in Franklin. Now, moving on to Spring Hill. Now, Spring Hill is more casual than Franklin. You do have all of your family-owned restaurants such as Grecian's. If you guys haven't checked them out, make sure you do that. You have a growing coffee shop scene here. There are so many locally owned coffee shops. One of the newest ones that just opened up is the Southern Baking Co. And it is such a cute little coffee shop. If you guys haven't checked that one out, make sure you stop by. And the owners are here locally. There's also the Awaken House, more local owners. And of course, there's more chains moving into Spring Hill every year, especially with the June Lake expansion. Now, we don't have as many restaurant options as Franklin or Columbia, but we do have a good selection here. Moving on to Columbia. Now, Columbia is underrated. There are so many trendy cafes here, hidden gem bistros. Columbia is full of locally owned restaurants too, such as Victor's Taco Shop or Burger Bros or the Mule House. This city is very vibrant. As you're driving around, you may see different murals painted by the city's artists. And as I stated before, First Fridays down on the square really brings the community together. Now, Columbia does have more family entertainment than Spring Hill. You have Ten Pin, which has golf carts, an arcade, laser tag, and bowling. So if you live in Spring Hill, just know that you will maybe need to travel outside of Spring Hill for any type of family fun entertainment, unless you want to just go to like a park or something like that. If your weekends are all about the music, good vibes, and food, there's a little bit of something for everybody here in Middle Tennessee. Now let's move on to the outdoor life here. If you don't know, Middle Tennessee is beautiful, and all three of these cities take advantage of that. Especially if you're coming from somewhere such as California, there's just not as much greenery as Tennessee. And that's something that I have grown to appreciate living out here. I did live in California briefly, and just driving through Tennessee, you see all the mountains, the green mountains, and the green trees and the green grass. It's just something that you can definitely appreciate. Franklin has the Harpeth River, Harlingsdale Farm, and many scenic trails, all great for walking, biking, or just sitting under a tree with a book. There's also plenty of playgrounds out in Franklin. Now Spring Hill is about the same. There's plenty of playgrounds and parks where they have trails where you can walk through the woods and enjoy nature. There's dog parks out here, plenty of green space, and it's just great for families if you like to be outdoors. Now, Spring Hill is also filled with creeks. My kids love going to the creeks. Different neighborhoods may have a creek running through it, and it's usually not pretty deep. They're usually pretty shallow. Of course, keep an eye on your kids, but definitely let them embrace nature. Now, Columbia is all about adventure. You have the Duck River out there, and you can go kayaking. Chickasaw Trace Park has biking trails, and there are plenty of fishing spots just a few minutes from downtown Columbia. So if outdoor living is a part of your life, any of these three cities could make that work for you. So there you have it. There's a quick breakdown of Franklin, Spring Hill, and Columbia. Out of the three cities, which one could you see yourself living in the most? Which is your least favorite? Let me know down in the comments. And if you're thinking about making the move to Middle Tennessee and you need a little help, I'll be happy to be a resource for you. Again, my number is 931-486-4537. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week.